Hello guys, it's me, Famous Beacon Model here. Last time we made a top 10 beacons list. This time I want to make a top 5. We're going to make a top 5 today, and it's going to be the opposite of best. Yep, you guessed it, it's going to be the good old top 5 worst beacons. Number 5. Alright guys, I know there is such thing as a video. Well, there is a video about these beacons, but I couldn't find them, so I had to describe what they look like, and I had to tell you the day and night modes too. So this here is LED, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Basically, they're tall lights that stand on these black boxes. They kind of flash weird on day mode. They flash like normal LEDs, but they kind of have a long period of just pause, a long period of just dead beacon time. You know how it's off and crap. You know, I can't explain crap. So yeah, you know the flash rate is slower than a normal LED. Probably because it's from a different country. I don't know, but I bet it is because of night mode. So yeah, that's what the day mode is. It's white. The night mode, it shines red, but the thing that makes this beacon bad is just it might shine white and red, but the red is steady. The night mode is steady. It's just steady. So yeah, it has a steady night mode, and while the red lights come on, the white lights still kind of flash, but they fade off. They fade off after like 2 or 3 little flashes. So yeah, that's probably the only cool thing about that. It's like a little glow, flashing glow, really. And then when it goes to day mode, the red still glows for a few seconds, while the white LEDs flash, and I'm pretty sure air goes through them. I always believed that they were powered by air, but now I'm having some second thoughts about that, because I don't know how LEDs will be powered by air. I wish I had the video with me so I could show you, but I can't find it. I can't find it at all. I tried looking. I would have made this video earlier, but I kept on looking and looking for that video. So, but I just can't find it. I just can't find it. So you just have to believe me about this beacon's existence. I already told Wise Aiden about this beacon. I don't think anybody else knows about this beacon, but it's a bad beacon. I just don't like that night mode. I don't know why it's steady. Why does it have to be steady? Hopefully it has another night mode where it flashes and it's just not a stationary marker, you know. It's a beacon, not a marker. Come on, people. Number 4. Whatever the frick this is. Some sort of LED beacon that kind of reminds me of a Chinese LED. But I don't know if it's a Chinese LED or not. I bet it's from an Asian country, because you know, it kind of looks like a familiar Chinese LED that has the same night mode as 3000B, basically quick flash night mode, red as well. It's not white only like this one. Here's one thing. I don't like the way it flashes. It just looks weird. It's too slow, you know. I'm not used to that. So yeah, but if it was an American beacon, I would like it more. So yeah, and if it had a strobe as well, I would like that. Along with the way the beacon looks as well, looks pretty cool. I like how it has a cone strobe shape to it. I think if this was an American strobe, it would. Oh crap! I think it would be a very good strobe beacon. You know, it'll probably be one of my favorites too, because of how rare it would probably be. Because you know, this looks like one of those more rare beacons. So yeah, There's also a night mode only version of this beacon. It's also LED, but flashes like an incandescent beacon. So it's kind of a fading LED, really. But it flashes, but it flashes like a normal incandescent. But seriously, it takes so long for a single flash. It's just like wow, wow, wow. So yeah, that's how it is. There's also a video of that one as well, but I don't really feel like taking the time to search for it because I'll probably never find it. All the things I need for a video usually always appear. Well, I mean, when I look for certain stuff for videos, they never appear. But right after the video is over and stuff, they always appear. That I don't know why. I just always get that bad luck. I couldn't find the top. I couldn't find number 5. Yeah, I couldn't find a number 5 worst beacon. But yeah. So yeah, there's a few variations of this beacon. Like there's a yellow one that flashes yellow. It kind of flashes its flash rate is the same as this one but faster. So yeah, it's yellow. They're not supposed to be yellow unless if it's like a landing pad situation or a little airplane landing strip. So yeah. I think that's what they are for, but still, it's not normal. So yeah, all of these beacons here are just bad. I think these are Chinese LEDs. Number 3. Chinese LEDs in general. Seriously. We got a lot of Chinese LEDs here. Um, you know, Wise Aiden and Christy Moose or however you pronounce his name, they both hate Chinese LEDs. I was just like, what's so bad about them? So I searched them up and looked at all the videos of them. I was just like, oh my god, what are these night modes? What are these night modes and day modes too? The day modes look weird. Like look at this. It's like a crappy LED. But the flash rate is slower. Oh wait, slower. I meant to say it's literally the same. They take that long to flash. Look at that. Just look at that. You see, that's a bad one there. They're all bad, actually. They want $300 or $285 or $270 for this piece of crap. You are not. You must be joking. I mean, look at this tower. This tower has Chinese LEDs too. You see, those LEDs probably have the crappy LED night mode. There's no markers anywhere to be seen. Then you got another set of the same beacons. You go up and you see white beacons too. And I remember there's a video of this tower, and all the beacons flash at the same rate like normal towers. And the white, that means the white ones do too. Oh no. And look at this. You see, what is this? What is this? Yeah, I can see why Wise Aiden and Christy Moose really hate these beacons. The bases also look like plastic too. Well, actually, they are plastic. They're from China. What do you expect? Number 2. We all know what this beacon is. We all know it. We all hate it. Yep, it's a good old modern LED. The flash technology modern LED. How great is it? Look at that. Look at this gorgeous beacon. Isn't it such a great beacon? I say otherwise. This is like the main antagonist of modern day towers, like from 2018 to now. Like these beacons, I hate them so much. You don't know. Like down in Missouri back in the middle of 2018, these beacons they've been hiding all this time. I've never seen a tower with these beacons whatsoever until 2018, where they appeared out of nowhere. I thought they were brand new beacons, completely brand new and stuff like that. But no, it looks like they were created with the crappy LEDs back in 2013. So they were both from 2013. But this here has been hiding from us this entire time, while the crappy LEDs taken over, until 2018, where the modern LED was just like, it's time to start war. So yeah, like Highway 63 going to Jefferson City, and I-44 going to Springfield. Those two highways have cool towers and stuff that used to have dual strobes, single strobes, other incandescents, and all that stuff. But 2018, all of that was wrecked. I remember going to Jeff City in like 2019, I believe, and 90%, or 95% of all the towers on that path had these stupid little things on them. Even my favorite one out of all of them on that path, that good old red and white guide tower in Freeburg, the former Longlines Tower, that used to have a KG225 and incandescent beacon setup, but now has a KG225 and white and red modern LED now. So yeah, they left the KG225 to rot, and they put this on the tower, which is big disrespect. How dare you put that on a former Longlines? Come on, it already got its horns removed. It got its microwave horns removed. Well, microwave dishes removed as well, because it was a microwave tower once. So yeah, there's a lot of crap, a lot of bad things happen to that tower. It's sad, isn't it? I don't like how these exist. Why do they exist? Seriously, I hate these so much. So yeah, the day mode is your normal LED day mode. Night mode is go look at the imagine the FH324 night mode and cut it in half. That's basically what you got here with this beacon. So yeah, a lot of familiar towers and favorite towers and cool towers and all that got this stupid beacon right here. So yeah, 2018, 19, and 2020, and currently right now as well, they're just bad years for towers. Like, first off, we got these LEDs that are replacing the cool dual strobes, single strobes, just cool strobe and incandescent beacons. And then we also got the platforms on them getting removed because of cookie cutter towers. Oh, I forgot to mention, these always come with flashing side markers. They always do. Almost every single tower I see with these stupid beacons, they have flashing side markers. Out of all things, why? And I can't believe I actually thought they were cool. After what happened to the second Walmart tower, and how its FH306 was replaced by one of these crappy beacons, and I seen it with flashing side markers, I wasn't too happy. When I had that realization of how it's going to have an LED with flashing side markers for probably the rest of its life, I got very pissed. I was just like, now look at this. I'll never see steady side markers on this tower anymore. This tower is a memorable beacon. The tower that I known of for its memorable beacon is gone. I remember we were going to Springfield, and we were spending a night there as well. When I found out that our hotel was going to be when I found out that I was going to be able to have a great view of the second Walmart tower from that hotel, I was very happy. I was just like, "Yay, I finally get to film it on night mode to show that it has an FH306." And then that excitement completely died when I found out that it had an LED, that it had an LED. So yeah, out of all times, FA, why did you have to do that now? Why September when we went there? That was a perfect chance for me to finally film it at night mode. You know, the next ever video of that tower was supposed to be a night mode video. I had it all planned out and everything, and then FA came and kind of ruined that. And they even put flashing sign markers on it too. I hate this beacon to all my heart. This sucks. This beacon is trash. Why does it exist? We don't need this here. Number 1. Alright, so for the people who already known I was going to make this video, I think we all know what we already know what the worst beacon in the entire world is. So let's just get straight to it. Oh my god. I just want to throw up just looking at this beacon and how low quality this picture is. Holy crap. This looks like it was from an Xbox One. I mean, the original Xbox, you know. This looks like like a gritty graphic-y whatever crap. But yeah, basically the quality of the picture you see right now is the quality of the night mode of this beacon. Complete shit. So yeah, let me tell you the one reason why this beacon sucks ass. It's night mode. It's the worst thing ever. Like, look at this night mode. Look at this night mode. It's basically a Chinese LED. This sucks. This is the worst beacon ever. And it's all because of that night mode right there. I remember the first time I seen this, which I don't remember the first time I seen this, I was just like, why is the night mode like that? Why? It doesn't look right. It's kind of weird. It's kind of bad. The day mode is your normal LED day mode, just like all LEDs really. But the night mode is what brings us to number 1 on this list. Man, crap. I still prefer this beacon over number 5 actually, so maybe I could switch places. No, I don't want to do that. This here is a top tier garbage beacon. This here will go into to beacon hell once its era completely dies out, with a new type of beacon, which is probably going to be laser type thing. Or not. Maybe it's going to be LED forever and ever and ever. Probably after my death, they'll probably create some sort of new beacon with a new form of light other than LED. So yeah, this beacon sucks. The only good thing about the beacon is you're able to rewire the night mode from its crappy original night mode to the modern LED night mode, which is significantly better. But still, that night mode reminds me of all the towers that had to undergo beacon replacements in 2018, 19, and 2020 and current day. But not as bad as 2018 and 19. Those 2 years were bad years for towers. Very bad years. 2018, you got like a lot of towers. I remember a lot of tower articles of towers falling or getting destroyed or demolished or whatever. They all took place in 2018. And then the modern LEDs took over. That's why I call it the modern LED takeover. Because they took over everything. They did. There's a lot of towers right now that have modern LEDs. 3 really cool towers You know, the three really cool towers used to have dual strobes that now have modern LEDs. You want to know why? I mean, you want to know what those towers are? All right, so we got the really cool tower and the second really cool tower, which are both on I-44, and both outside of Sullivan too. And then we got the first one. I should have mentioned this one first because I consider this to be the first one. But we got another tower. It's very close to Licking. It's right outside Licking. It has the same exact platform as the two really cool towers. It's a trio. Yeah, all three of them used to have dual strobes. I know that. And then both in 2018, the two really cool towers got modern LEDs, but the only good thing about it is they actually got working markers. Usually they shouldn't have because they have two sets of beacons. And towers with two sets of beacons and markers, the markers get shut off. They do. The markers are just completely dead. FAA shuts all of them off. And new beacons that are put on new towers with two sets of beacons, they don't come with markers whatsoever. They're just there. No markers. And somebody told me it's because birds are blinded by the stationary light. But yeah, FAA didn't want birds to die. But they're wild birds. They're just ordinary birds that come around every day. There's a lot of them here. We don't need to protect every single one of those random birds. What if a few run into towers? And then Wise Aiden told me that it's because of something else. I mean, he said it's not because of birds, but he never told me what it actually is for. So I don't. So I'm kind of in a confused loop of asking myself, why are markers being banned? Why are stationary markers being banned off of towers? Why? Why are they targeting stationary markers? I don't know why. I'll probably never get the answer. I just never will. So yeah. This here's that one beacon that you'll see on every single cookie cutter tower. Every single cookie cutter tower whatsoever. Well, like the 100% full-blooded ones, not the slightly modified ones. So yeah, the full-blooded ones, they always get these stupid crappy LEDs. And for some reason, they always tend to have the flashing side markers too. Always. Every single one I know of. All the full-blood ones. They have crappy LEDs and flashing side markers. Every single one of them. All the ones I know. So yeah, at least the 2013 and 14 cookie cutter towers had stationary markers, but they still had crappy LEDs, so which doesn't forgive. It doesn't forgive that, So they still suck. The beacons, they suck, not the towers. But the towers do look pretty plain. But I'd rather go for a tower other than the beacon itself. And the other bad thing about this is this beacon here replaces incandescent beacons. And guess what? They're the not this has a night mode only version. I mean, let's put that in different words. There's a night mode only version of this, and there's a white only version of this beacon too. The first Lowe's tower sadly has a white only version of this beacon, but it doesn't have the crappy night mode. It doesn't flash the same way as it would on the red night mode. Basically, it's basically the white only night mode is it's basically the same night mode as a day. It's the same flash rate as a day mode, but it's just dimmer, just so much dimmer. That's all. And in night mode. I mean, I should say that the night mode version of this is like should actually be the worst thing ever, because all you get with that beacon is that crappy night mode, unless you turn it into like a half modern LED, modern LED hybrid. But this beacon here is this beacon here would always have a special place in hell. And of all beacons, you know how in some video games you have the main antagonist, which is always just like, I am very confident. I will destroy this world. They never go insane or anything like that. They're just chill and laid back. That's what the modern LED is to me. But the crappy LEDs are that type of villain who just lost their mind. It's just like, hey, I'm going to destroy this world and nobody can stop me. It's like the Joker. That's how I imagine these beacons being if they were people. So yeah, there's that. The only good, but this here's the second beacon of the flash technology LED trio. You start off with the best out of all three, which is the old school LED. And then we got the sequel, the bad sequel, this thing here, the crappy LED. And then we got the third beacon out of all three, the modern LED. So yeah, it's pretty crappy. The I seen one tower that used to have a dual strobe. I mean, I think it actually used to have an FH06. It's in good old Ohio as well. It used to have one of these crappy LEDs, but thank God it was replaced with an old school LED. Isn't that rare? That never happens in my area. If I mean, that only happened once. There's one tower in Springfield that used to have night mode only crappy LEDs without any side markers too. But Fate just didn't want that to happen. Fate didn't want that to be permanent because one day, I think during the 6th Springfield arc or 5th maybe, I don't remember. I think it was the 5th one. I seen the tower from a distance, and I also drove by it as well on night mode because I think it was kind of stormy, but it now has the same night mode only LEDs that the Walmart tower has, the first one, not the second. So yeah, it now has the mysterious Walmart LEDs, and guess what? They have side markers too. They don't flash either because, it has two sets of beacons. There's only one tower in the entire world I know of that has two sets of beacons and flashing sign markers at the same time. It's a very weird beacon setup. So yeah, that was just a miracle. So yeah, there's that. I just wanted to tell you that. So that was my top 5 worst beacon list. So yeah, I could only name off 3. The 4 and 5 I had to ask why is Aiden beacon suggestions and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that. I'll see you guys later. And actually, let's wait for the time to let's wait for the timestamp to let's let the video end at 28 minutes. All right, bye guys.